send me to Philippe's?
I can. I thought maybe he was sending you here. He should be in there. There you go.
Everybody else good? Great.
Philippe, when you're done with that, can you go answer a question for Diamond, please?
I thought Justin was in the cafeteria. Where the hell is he going? She's lying. What do you need me to do?
Diamond has a question.
Oh yeah, do you want me to bring our lunch too?
Nah, I think Warren brought it up.
Oh.
I know he's lying. That's what I'm driving.
Yo, shut up.
He's lying.
You so silly, yo. I knew you were lying.
Let me go get some justice and I have to take something else. Like, you just said that. I know. What? I swear to God, I'm gonna move out of school. I swear to God, everybody.
You better move out. I'm moving out too.
Hey, what my bag?
Yes. Do not yet. I will come get it. Do you want anything else?
No.
Excuse me?
I didn't say that then. I said no.
Exactly, yeah, you didn't.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll accept that.
That's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything. What? This is nasty.
What? That's disgusting, bro. Oh,
They got a whole liquid layer on the top.
that's disgusting.
You telling me? This is so sad. The only good thing about this man works with the milk. Let me get this junk everywhere. Let me do more of this for us. This is a good one. Nasty though. That's the same people that made that Jello that had like more liquid than Jello. Oh my
It was
God.
watery?
It was disgusting.
Thanks, Scout.
You're welcome.
Oh, and can you just ask Joe to grab, get work out the diamond?
Yeah, I'm probably doing that now.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Wait, no. That's your lunch?
What?
That's yours. They didn't run down yours. Listen,
I'm not eating it.
thank goodness that you didn't eat the freaking pudding because it had a chunky form on the top.
Ooh,
It was disgusting. It
gross.
was like watery. Ugh. No, that's all. That was sad. The only good thing there was the milk. And we eat this. I eat this. We drink this every day. What do we have next? I have Lisa and then Joe and then. Wait. Do we? What do we have next?
Jim?
Right?
Yes.
Damn it. Oh, no, I was good. I just hope we're not doing that day. Thanks, Joe.
Well, it's just gonna be you, so.
Are you going to gym?
Yep.
So it's gonna be us.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not. I mean, I don't mind if we can do it, but I definitely know that because we put the stick in the ground. And we can't do the freaking, content because we're inside for something.
Let's put it this way, I don't think we're doing anything outside, I think we're doing stuff in the gym.
Thank God, it's people's down. It sounds like a goat.
Thank you, sir.
What time?
Pretty much now.
It's so stupid. That's such a little bit of time.
Oh.
For the ones that we get, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I miss our hot lunches here. They weren't half though.
Well, now you have a lot more appreciation, right?
Oh, breakfast will be Delphi. Everything's fucking cold or disgusting. I can't live like this. This is discrimination.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but.
Yeah, it is. I should like the way it. I mean, when we had hot lunches, some were good, some were bad. But mostly all of them are bad except for the one.
Yeah. There's really no redeeming quality to these lunches whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. Before we decided to make everything all healthy, the lunches were really good.
Well, even with the healthiness aspect, there was some decency to that, but.
Like some of them were supposed to like the chicken nuggets still good and all that. And then they just, I can't like, y'all really that lazy to cook. Or like, y'all really can't cook. They got gloves and face masks on and a damn hair. Plus, you need a hazmat suit.
Listen, Zana, the preaching to the choir, I agree, these lunches are trash, but not a lot we can do about them.
Or at least don't have them sitting there like just freshly make them. Like, most of the time they just sit there and that's how they come out like that.
Yeah.
They just sit in the refrigerator. We have better like this in Sunday school. I think they should give us the option of peanut butter and stuff again.
Me too.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that
Zana, question for you.
I'm
Just so this will lessen the amount of work I have to do and the amount of trips I'm going to take in the afternoon. In your honest opinion, did everyone participate in group?
Bella wasn't here. Well, Janaya talked for some part of it. And then she left.
That's okay.
Lord, you that part of it. Loki talked for most
I got okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, thank you.
Wait, what are they gonna do here? We have gym. They can't go to gym. They just got field
No, they're gonna go to an alternative area.
and do that.
Study hall or what have you. All right, guys. Go ahead and head back to the main lobby because I have to take these guys to gym. So go ahead back to the main.
Oh. Did Philippe send you guys back?
Yeah.
Is he going for a walk?
No, they go to gym right now.
Oh, okay. So, we usually use the study hall as a homework kind of study hall, just like if you were in here.
Okay.
I know you owe me homework. You could work on the current events.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Let me know if you need any.
All right.
Hi, Steven.
Huh?
Did you fall asleep?
Huh?
Did you fall asleep?
Yeah, I was taking a long shower.
Oh, okay.
I forgot the time.
That's okay. Sometimes it's a good way to warm up. The really hot shower.
Yeah, 'cause I was sweaty and sticky when I woke up. I was like, why am I so sticky? And I realized I slept with my pants on too.
Oh man. I didn't know if you turn the heat up in your house too. Sometimes you feel cold when you go to bed, so you crank the heat and then you wake up in the middle of the night like all hot and sweaty. Sometimes that happens. So do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. You didn't go outside at all, did you? No. I don't blame you. I have not been outside, but it looks just cold and rainy, and it's supposed to clear up, but I don't know if it's going to do that. Doesn't look like that now. So you have about 17 minutes. Is there anything that you can get done in 17 minutes for anybody? Like I know third period you had started some math work. How are you good on that?
It's alright.
Yeah? You don't feel like working on math?
I don't know. Oh my god, I got. What's wrong? I hate my neck.
Because your neck still bothers you, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to get a new pillow.
My mom said cause I be on the game a lot sometimes, and she said cause I don't know, cause I don't sit straight or something, and sometimes I be turning my neck, I be playing like this sometimes.
Oh. You don't realize it, but when she watches you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cracking my neck.
Oh, you do that. Oh, I had someone here in school last year that used to crack his back. It was really loud, like you could hear it crack. It hurts still. I've been hurting for 3 days now. Oh man, is that one of the things you get up when you do? You crack your neck?
Yeah, and I can't help it because I like cracking my neck.
Does it feel better after you crack it?
Yeah, it feels much better. I'm like, then I was like, oh, I forgot to crack my neck. I went like, and then I felt, oh, that's much better. I be doing it in front of my cousin. She should be like, oh my god. She be like, that's disgusting.
He doesn't like hearing it, huh?
Yeah.
I could see that. Oh man.
I just cracked my neck right now. I heard it.
Especially if it's already bothering you. I would, if you can, if it's not a habit and you have control over it, don't crack it when it's bothering you.
It's like when I do this, like this right here, it hurts. When I do that, ow. I hope my bone isn't broken.
Oh, you'd be in a lot more pain than that if your bone was broken.
Yeah. I want to feel how till.
Do you ever take Tylenol or Advil? Sometimes that just takes the pain right away.
I don't even know what's that.
Like, you know what Tylenol is?
Nope.
For when you have a headache? Do you take any medicine when you have a headache?
No, cause I hate drinking the medicines and I hate drinking pills.
Oh, then you probably don't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to take it when I was younger, and my mom stopped it because it was hard for me to swallow the pill.
Oh, okay.
I be getting mad because they don't want to swallow. I'm like, I be getting mad.
They do have liquid Tylenol, but I think it's only for like really young children, like babies. So you probably can't take that.
I'm a baby.
You're not a baby. You're like the size of an adult.
Yeah.
For
but
medicine, it goes by weight.
by
How much
weight,
do you weigh?
I 135.
Yeah, that's an adult weight. So any medicine you take would probably go according to what an adult would take.
What? I don't know how in 6th grade I was 120 pounds.
Well, you probably weren't as tall as you are right now.
I was short. I think I was like 4'11", 4'10". Then
How tall are you now?
I'm like 5'7".
Yeah, that's quite a growth spurt. Did your bones hurt when that happened? Sometimes your bones hurt when you grow that much
No.
short amount of time. No? You never had any aches and pains?
There was some like an NBA player. He died because of his weight, or how tall he was, or something. And he was like, I think like 7'1" or something. And he died from that and the heart.
Wow. Did he die like during a game?
No, it was when
Okay.
he.
Hey, Steven, I have to run out for a minute. We'll finish this conversation when I get back. Angela's going to stay here just for a minute. I'll be back.
Ben, hi, Bella.
Hi, Multi.
Hi.
Austin. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Damn, my head
And
hurts.
then Stephanie is still out today, so
What
you
the
will
heck?
have Margaret next. Ah. Well, not for Loki and Bella will have me, but not in here.
She's out again.
Yep. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow.
Oh my god.
So you guys were working on your poster, right? Steven, had you finished that with Stephanie?
Yeah.
Oh, did you start a new project yet?
I think really working on like the creators, like she said to do that, then look up the definition, what it means.
Oh, okay. So can you still do that next week with
Yeah.
Stephanie? Oh, good. Okay, because I'm sure she's left some kind of like sub folder kind of work. And if it's just you and Zoom and you would rather work on your poster, I'm sure Margaret wouldn't care, but she doesn't know about it, so you just have to tell her that you would prefer just working on your private project. That's hard to say. Private project. Sometimes it's hard to say certain combinations of words.
Bro, I got the biggest headache.
Oh, that's probably to do with your neck.
Oh my god.
Too bad you don't. Advil or Tylenol would probably take all that pain away. Oh,
I probably have a headache and it's freaking hot in here. I'm going to sleep.
All right, it's time. We're just waiting for Miss Margaret. Hey, Bella and Loki, I'm pretty sure they're back from PE if you want to zoom back in. I'll be in there as soon as Margaret comes in here.
Not your fault. Going in there? Oh my God. There's no teacher in there? I'm out here right there. Oh my God. All right. No, but there's no teacher in there. Just me. Who's supposed to be in there? Lisa. Well, we just came back from gym, so. Okay, so when Lisa comes, I go to the restroom and then I will.
What? Yeah, where are you supposed to be? Sophie? Okay. You said what?
So she's going to be left in? I can't believe you left. How damn rude. You know, it's crazy. You told me you want to leave me so we can go get his breakfast, but he'll leave me to gym. How rude.
Okay.
Okay? Hello.
Deanna.
Yes, you got
Yeah.
Lisa.
All right, thank
You have Lisa. Because Sophie had to use the bathroom.
Let's get all the ones shooting in the classroom. Oh my God, let's get in the room.
Hello.
Well,
I thought, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna come and see you guys. I have Elizabeth in there. I grabbed her from the hallway. All right. How are you today? Hi. There's no one on this. No, Loki and Bella are here. Hi guys.
Hi.
So we are doing something, and we're going to see a couple short videos. We're doing something on capitalism and socialism. Let me get it for you. There you go.
why do you want to keep making it work?
How dare I?
This is a lot of freaking words.
All you've got to do, I have a worksheet. I'll try to text it to you guys. We might be able to just do it out loud though, that's what I'm thinking. No. And let me try to find these videos. It does a really nice job of talking about what socialism is and also talking about capitalism.
Liz, can you do someone getting water? I'm thirsty.
Sure. Who was that? Was that Kiana?
That was the fun.
All right. Let's see who's out there. And this, it does a really nice job of, oh, hang on. I'm waiting to see if I see anybody go by. I'm gonna need to make this bigger. Hold on, guys. Oh, there it is. All right, the first one's only 3 minutes, and the second one is like 4 minutes. Let me share my screen. Hang on. But the second one says the difference between socialism and capitalism. Why we're talking about this is candidate Biden believes more in a socialistic type of economy, like a capitalism and socialism combined. And Trump believes there should be no socialism and it should be all straight capitalism. So that's why we're talking about this. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, the smart board's not on. Where's the remote? Hang on.
Press the button.
Oh, you're taller than me. You gotta press it. There's no remote for this one?
No. Is it on?
I don't see is there supposed to be a red light on? It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it's on. Yep. That's it.
I forgot his board was smart. Okay.
All right, this is really fast. It's only 3 minutes.
A lot of people are talking about socialism these days. Why? Many people believe it will make our country better. Why? Because socialism claims to be more compassionate. It promises greater equality between the powerful and the powerless, and more wealth for the working class. But how does socialism go about actually fulfilling its promise? In the last 10 decades, we've seen nearly 40 countries across the world experience socialism. And in each of these countries, we see the same practices consistently repeated. We see socialist governments seizing control of private property. We see socialist governments seizing control of the entire economy, from the smallest street vendors to the biggest businesses. We see governmental control of healthcare and education, literally our bodies and our minds. We see basic freedoms disappear, like freedom of speech and freedom of religion. We see some of the worst human rights abuses known to history. Over and over again, we see socialist governments abusing the lives and rights of citizens in their efforts to create equality. So, has socialism ever succeeded in its promise of greater equality? When the Bolshevik Party seized power in Russia, it took possession of everything: land, buildings, products. The government dictated your profession, and the politically powerful hoarded the best jobs. Permission from the government was required to change jobs or move to a new house. Anyone who resisted socialism, from petty criminals to political dissidents, was sent to the hellish Gulag prisons. And despite the Soviet Union's staggering production of missiles and tanks, there were constant food shortages, and every other facet of the planned economy failed. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. Today, Cuba is the clearest picture of modern socialism. Fidel Castro seized all private property after taking power in 1959. Cuba proudly touts free healthcare for everyone, but the reality is that only the most politically well-connected receive quality care, and many minorities are denied basic medical treatment. There's also a maximum wage, which means even doctors only earn 38 cents an hour. And while Cuba has an impressive literacy rate, most of the reading is limited to party propaganda, as free speech and independent media are banned. Meanwhile, anyone who opposes the government is harassed, detained, kept from their families, and often brutally beaten. Socialism has proven time and time again that it cannot deliver on its promises. Instead of creating greater equality and a better life for all, socialism has always resulted in failed economies, police states, and great loss of life. The reality of socialism does not match the picture in our minds. These are not the results we want. So the question we must ask is socialism truly the best way to pursue greater equality and prosperity?
Well, now you're going to see the difference between socialism and capitalism. Now you know why in the debate, President Trump kept saying he is a socialist. All he wants is socialism, and saying that about Biden because people think that when they think socialism and they don't want that. Biden is not saying, he's saying more of a combination of these two. And we'll see what this one, this is the...
In the contemporary world, it's taken as a given that capitalism, with its free market and profit motive, is based on selfishness and produces selfishness, while socialism is based on selflessness and produces selflessness. Well, the opposite is true. Whatever its intentions, socialism produces far more selfish individuals and a far more selfish society than a free market economy does. And once this widespread selfishness catches on, it is almost impossible to undo it. Here's an illustration. In 2010, the United States President Barack Obama addressed a large audience of college students. At one point in his speech, he announced that young people will now be able to remain on their parents' health insurance plan until age 26. I don't ever recall hearing a louder, more thunderous, or more sustained applause than I did then. Had the president announced that a cure for cancer had been discovered, it is highly doubtful that the applause would have been as loud or as long. But what were they so happy about? To be told that you can now remain dependent on your parents until age 26 should strike a young person as demeaning, not liberating. Throughout American history, and for that matter, all of Western history, the great goal of young people was to become a mature adult, beginning with being independent of mom and dad.
This is a fucking
Socialism and the welfare state destroyed this aspiration. In various European countries and now increasingly in the US, it is becoming common for young people to live with their parents well into their 30s and not infrequently beyond. And why not? In the welfare state, taking care of yourself is no longer a virtue. Why? Because the government will take care of you. Therefore, socialism enables, and as a result produces, people whose preoccupations become more and more self-centered. How many benefits will I receive from the government? Will the government pay for my education? Will the government pay for my health care? What is the youngest age at which I can retire? How much paid vacation time can I get? How many days can I call in sick and still get paid? How many weeks of paid paternity or maternity leave am I entitled to? The list gets longer with every election of a liberal or progressive or left-wing party. And then each entitlement becomes a right. But we're not done. There are even more destructive effects of socialism. Entitlements create citizens who lack a character trait that every human should have: gratitude. You cannot be happy if you are not grateful, and you cannot be a good person if you're not grateful. That's why we constantly tell our children, say thank you. But socialism undoes that. After all, why would a person be grateful for receiving an entitlement? Who's going to be grateful for getting what they're entitled to? So instead of thank you, the citizen of the welfare state is taught to say, what more am I entitled to? Yet the left insists that it's capitalism and the free market, not socialism, that produces selfish people. But the truth is that capitalism and the free market produce much less selfish people. Teaching people to work hard and take care of themselves and others, and that they should earn what they receive, produces less selfish, not more selfish people. Capitalism teaches people to work more. Socialism teaches people to demand more. Which attitude do you think would make a better society? I'm Dennis Prager.
Okay, this is just obviously somebody's opinion.
Yeah, that guy's an idiot. Is this PragerU?
Yeah.
Oh my god, PragerU is such a terrible, that's a horrible, corporation company or whatever. They do a lot of,
they're pretty conservative.
Propaganda. They do, so much propaganda, it's ridiculous. I wrote a paper a while back, about this, they also have a lot of religious stuff and whatnot.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're one of the biggest, they're very, interesting.
Oh, I knew they were very, very conservative, but obviously.
Yeah, no, they do a bunch of, totally whack propaganda.
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, basically this guy is saying socialism is the end of the world, and that it makes people dependent, and dependent people don't want to work. They don't want, they become more, they up the ante. Okay. Now my parents' health insurance, so I'm 26. Who's going to give me, like, what else? Who's going to pay me? Who's going to buy my food? Not like, what job am I going to get? Am I going to be successful? They become more and more, they become more and more reliant on other people taking care of them. That's just one person's opinion. I mean, when Joe Biden talks about, he doesn't talk about socialism because he's very careful not to say that because that would turn a lot of voters off. Socialism usually leads to communism, and we've seen what that's done to countries. So, of course, President Trump is, and he says he's a capitalist. And a lot of people that are voting for President Trump are doing that for that reason, is they're afraid that, and Joe Biden is already saying that somebody that believes in socialism believes in like a classless society. You take the billionaires and the lower class people and you try to, go like this and make them all one class. And Biden has already said his first and foremost thing he's going to do is tax the billionaires. And he's going to use that money, for education, but to also help the other lower classes be more successful in life and meet their needs that they can't meet on their own. That's what makes a lot of people nervous. I don't believe that would happen overnight. And I don't believe that you can do that in our country that's already used to a capitalistic style. What do you guys think? Do you think that Joe Biden will come in and try to make it more of a socialistic state?
I feel like he'll try.
You think he'll fail?
Because they're so used to being there, and I'm like, takes the phone,
Right. And I also think that, we have checks and balances in our government. And we have, we don't know, and we've talked about this before, in our presidential election, we're not just voting for president. We're voting for congressmen and senators. And we've seen how much influence Congress has had being a Democratic Congress, and it has stopped Trump. It's impeached Trump, but it can do the opposite too. If it goes over to being a Republican Congress, and we have Joe Biden as president, he'll run into the same problem. And in a way, that's a good thing if he has some socialistic kind of agenda that he's trying to get through. Congress and the Senate wouldn't allow that to happen. And that's the way our system is set up. But we'll see what happens. And so what I did was, you guys don't have this online, is I made up there's a chart of socialism. I can send this to you guys, but we have enough time to do this. So if the term I'm reading has to do with socialism, you would say S. If the term I'm saying has to do with capitalism, you would say C. So when I call on you, all you've got to do is say S or C. No, Zane has already done this on her own while she was sitting there, because she had it. All right, so we'll start off with Bella on the top here. Property, business, and industry are owned by private individuals, not by the state.
Wait, what were the two options?
Socialism is an S, capitalism is a C.
Capitalism.
Wait. Yes, she's right, because private individuals, the state is socialism. Things that are, do you want yours back?
No, I got it right.
Okay. Loki, economic and social equality through redistribution of wealth.
Wow. Socialism.
That's an easy one. Janaya, did you listen to any of the videos? I couldn't see when you came on. Did you see any of the videos? I don't know what time you zoomed on.
Yeah, I caught some of it.
Okay, so you know the difference between socialism and capitalism?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Do you know the difference between socialism and capitalism?
I know. I think so.
Okay, so let's see how you do on this. And all you got to do is tell me S for socialism or a C for capitalism. Which one does this apply to? Create wealth through private ownership of property and businesses. Would that be a C for capitalism or an S for socialism?
You said, can you repeat that again?
Sure. Create wealth through private ownership of property and businesses.
Capitalism?
You're right. Yep. We're back up to Bella. These are countries that. No, I'm going up to Bella and then down to Loki. These are countries that are either C, capitalist, or S, socialist. United States, Hong Kong, Germany, and Japan. Bella.
Aren't they capitalism, right?
They are. They're capitalistic countries, yes. And then on the other side, no, I'm going to skip that one because it's right in a row. So I'll come back to that one. Loki. Centralized government planning, command economy, planned economy, wealth redistribution, and price control. Socialism. And free markets. Janaya, free markets, free enterprise, supply and demand, private property rights, competition. Yes, capitalism, very good. Bella, Venezuela, North Korea, Cuba, and Vietnam. What do they practice?
Capitalism?
No, they're socialistic countries.
Oh, right.
Especially North Korea, the government pretty much owns you over there. You don't have any rights. They control everything you do, from your job to where you live. And the last one is Loki. Economic and political system in which the government controls all means of production. Socialism. I mean, these are extreme cases of socialism where the government completely takes over, like when in Russia, when they first changed over their governments to socialism, they started changing it to. They made everybody give up their property. Any food that you grew on your farms, you had to turn over all your food to the government. They really controlled where you lived, what you did for a job, even the food that you grew. And then in its extreme, socialism is the government really running everything. You really give up everything. And capitalism is the exact opposite, is where it's free enterprise, private businesses, you control your wealth, basically. And in a socialistic government, you give everything back to the government and they redistribute it evenly. So there's no classes, there's no billionaires, there's no lower class. It's kind of supposed to be all of a middle class. But as the first video showed us, that never happens that way. It turns into what happened in Russia, and then the whole country collapsed and broke apart. And that's usually what happens when you try to completely go. So do you think that the United States should really operate more in a capitalism type of government, or a little bit of both? That's what you think, Zane, a little bit of both? Right, because we have to really look out for, especially now with COVID, people are really, they want to work and they're losing their jobs because there are no, the businesses are just collapsing because of the way we have to live our lives right now, especially the restaurant industries and, retail. We're just forced to live differently, and a lot of people are without an income, food, homes. I mean, right now the government has set up this, and I think it was only until July, and I know that they've extended it. Right now you can't be kicked out of your apartment or your house for not paying the rent or your mortgage because of COVID. A landlord is not allowed to do that. I don't know how far they've extended it because they're saying it's not people's fault. So, this summer they came out with the stimulus packages, and that has since lapsed. And a lot of people are really struggling now because when you collect unemployment, you're only collecting a little less than your salary, where before you were getting a $600 bonus on top of what you got for unemployment. And the Republicans and the Democrats, because it's election time, they're not settling on another package because they don't want each candidate to look like they got it through. They don't want President Trump. And the Democrats are pretty much controlling the Congress, and I think a lot of it is the Republicans also. They want to go in on the low end of giving Americans something, and the Democrats want these stimulus bonuses to be on the higher end because people really need that money. So they continue to do nothing, fight about it, argue about it, and so we get no stimulus checks. What do you think they do in other countries with coronavirus, like in Europe? They have provided their residents with, because I don't know, it's hard to say, put your finger on it, but they really provide more for their country, but they pay a lot more to their government. They pay a lot more in taxes. They pay a lot more in everything that they do. But then the government turns the money back over to them. Like, they have socialized medicine. They don't pay for medicine in Europe. But then you can't get the specialist doctors like we have. That's what a lot of people are saying, that, people pay up to $300 a week for health insurance, or a month, depending how many you have on your policy. In Europe, it's all free. College is free, healthcare is free, but you pay so much more money for gas, for food, for taxes. So what would you guys think it would be the better way? Would you rather get a lot more in your paycheck and pay a lot less in taxes and then be responsible for all that on your own? Or would you rather have the government kind of helping you out in every area?
It would be nice to have the government help you out, but I feel like it's not fair to tax people just because they have more money, because those people probably worked for their money, and all that hard work gets taken away from them pretty much.
Well, in Europe, everybody pays the high taxes. It's not just the wealthy. They have everybody pays taxes, even if you are just working at a grocery store or something. I mean, you don't pay as much taxes as the wealthy. The wealthy certainly pay more, but it's not, as you go down in the classes, it's not that you pay a lot less. Everybody pays, but it's the cost of living over there is just so much higher because it's passed down to the person. And over here, we just run things differently. And I think that's what Bernie Sanders was trying to get us more like. He wanted the United States to be more like Europe. He wanted us to have free education, college education, like they have over there. They wanted us to have free health care. No one paid anything for health care. But some people are saying that if you pay for private health care, then you can pay for what you want. Like if you want a specialist to do that, over there they don't have specialized medicine like we do over here. Like special heart doctors and cancer doctors. everybody sees just, general doctors. And so the doctors all charge the same, and they don't, if you go to a specialist, you pay a lot more money than just a regular doctor. It's a lot cost more money. So over there, they keep all their medical bills down because they don't have to pay those exorbitant prices. And all the doctors are paid the same over there. You're not paid a lot more because if you're a specialist, because you might be like a specialist would be, okay, you only deal with the heart, or you only deal with, a specialized part of the body, but they all pretty much get paid the same for that reason. So there's pros and cons, but we'll see what Biden does, because he was more aligned with that kind of way of dealing with things. But I don't think Americans would be that willing to just let that kind of system come into place, because there's a lot of things you give up. So we'll see what happens. It should be very interesting to see. And as we saw in the debates, all this was brought up in the debates. And that's why a lot of people don't really think President Trump was, a good president, but yet they don't want socialized medicine. They don't want a lot of what Biden is promising. So they're voting for President Trump. That's why the election, I think, even though he's been called into question for a lot of different things he's done, but he stands for what I think the majority of Americans really want. So it's not really the man you're necessarily voting for. I think in this election, it's the way of life you're voting for, and what kind of America you want it to be. So knowing all that, would you guys, I know, Zaina, you had pretty strong feelings against President Trump. So now knowing the difference between what they stand for, would you change your mind about what you'd want to vote for?
I don't like him, but in the sense of what you said, it's not that bad.
But President Biden, I'm joking about, Joe Biden could make things better, or he could make them a lot worse. But you guys, could you guys imagine the first thing he's going to try to do is to make community college free?
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying, is he's trying to make it more sort of like what they have in Europe, a socialized like healthcare in college, but still having free enterprise, still being able to, be in control of what you do, owning your own companies, getting a higher salary. He's not saying that there will be no more billionaires. Bernie Sanders are saying no more billionaires. He was an extremist. Obviously, he didn't get chosen to be the candidate because he went on the extreme side, where Joe Biden is more in the middle, but it's still different from what we're used to. All right, I can hear the carts rolling out there. Good job today, guys. Let me get you a ticket over there, Ms. Zaina. Tickets for the remote guys are going to be starting up, I think, maybe towards the end of the week or next week. You're welcome. Maybe. Make sure I took my attendance down over here. Yep. Alrighty. How many do you have there, Zaina? A lot.
Hey, Dad, Lisa. Miss Lisa, that class told me that you got your tickets earlier?
I haven't seen him yet today. Yesterday?
Marcus's class.
Oh, Marcus. I might have forgotten. Did you get
I didn't call for you.
Okay, good. You gave it to him?
I gave it to your class too. They told me that they had all Susan told me I did work and participated in current events.
Oh, yeah, for that group. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I took care of Davis. Lisa. Hi, Janaya. Hi, Bella. Hi, Loki.
Hi.
Thank you, Bella.
Yo.
Hey, Loki. Janaya, you there?
Yeah.
Excellent. Janaya, you got the assignment I sent you the other day, the 1 page of reading and the 5 questions?
No.
Okay, I want you to work on that today, okay, Janaya?
No.
All right. Before the end of class, you're going to show that to me, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. Loki and Bella, we're going to get ourselves started, okay, with some reading from the book. Okay? Do you guys have those packets that I sent you?
Like in the mail?
Email or what?
Emailed. The one that I emailed you guys on like Monday, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
You guys want to open those to page 205.
All right.
All right, and I want you guys. I'm gonna make a chart on the Microsoft Word, okay? And I'm gonna have you guys make a similar looking chart on a piece of paper, or you can copy and paste my one from Microsoft Word. You guys are welcome to do that, or screenshot it if that helps, okay? Let's see, I need a 4x2 chart. Here we go. Chemical. All right. So what your book should show you guys is that there's 3 types of federal government agencies. Okay? There's executive agencies.
Yo.
Yeah.
It's trading, the kingdoms, whatever.
Yup.
Alright.
Yeah, it's the one about the slave trade. Very good, Janaya. Government corporations. And then there's regulatory commissions. Okay? So you guys are going to start by copying a chart that looks like that. I should probably Zoom share it to you guys so you can see the chart I just made because it's beautiful. There you go. Guys, you can see the chart that I put up?
Yeah.
Excellent. See, what you guys want to do is you want to make a chart that looks like that, either on a piece of paper, in your notebook, or using, whatever word processing program it is you use, like Loki. I know you use Google Docs, right?
Yep.
So when you guys get that copied down, let me know. And then what we're going to do is after you guys do that, then we're going to turn our books to page 209, okay?
So we're copying this graph right now?
Yep, copying this graph down, and we're going to go to 209, and then we're going to take turns reading. So what's great is I see there's a Joe, a Zaina, a Loki, and a Joe, a Zaina, a Loki, and a Bella, right? And I see the perfect way to split the reading up among all 4 of us, okay? Are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll read first after I'm done copying it down.
Okay, perfect.
What part do you want me to read, like up till?
So on page 209, you're going to start where it says the federal bureaucracy, and you're going to read just that little blurb between federal bureaucracy and the picture of the firefighter.
Okay. Should I go now, right?
Yep.
All right. The executive branch the executive branch also has hundreds of agencies. They deal with everything from running the space program to deciding what can be used to make hot dogs. Together, the agencies and employees of the executive branch are called the federal
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, that word. About 3 million people work in the executive branch. These workers do 3 basic kinds of tasks. Through these tasks, they help make government policy. First, agencies write rules that put laws passed by Congress into practice. Laws are often written in very general terms. The agencies have to turn those guidelines into specific rules. That way, people and businesses can know what to do to follow the law.
Excellent. Nice job. I'm going to read the top of page 210, and then I'm going to pass it off to one of you guys, okay? Second, departments and agencies carry out day-to-day activities of the federal government. Some workers deliver the mail, some collect taxes, and some take care of national parks. Others perform thousands of other services. Third, federal agencies oversee certain activities. For example, they watch banks to make sure that they obey the rules about banking. They decide if products are safe to use. They establish rules that protect our health and the environment. Agencies cannot simply take this work on for themselves. Congress must pass a law to give them the power to do their work. Zaina, I want you to read the first part of independent agencies, okay?
Joe.
Yeah.
So you're reading page 210 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. You sent me page 200 through 209, then 211.
Your 210 got cut off? Okay. Then you'll get the information as we're going, okay?
Cool.
Zaina, can you read from 210?
The executive branch has many independent agencies. They are called independent because they are not part of the cabinet department. These agencies can be grouped into 2 types: executive agencies, government corporations, and regulatory commissions.
Excellent. Executive agencies are independent agencies that deal with certain specific areas within the government. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, what's that more commonly known as, Loki?
What'd you say?
National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Thank you. For example, runs the space program. The Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, provides policymakers with intelligence information. The Environmental Protection Agency establishes and enforces regulations that protect human health and the environment. Some agencies are government corporations. These are businesses that are owned by the government. Like any business, they provide goods and services and charge people to buy these goods and services. The difference is that they are not supposed to make a profit. The United States Postal Service is one example. The Tennessee Valley Authority is another. It sells energy to people living in a certain part of the country. All right, guys, we can do 2 of these right now. So what is the purpose of executive agencies? Zaina?
What?
What is the purpose?